Hello viewers and welcome to a new video series about the Raspberry Pi Pico RP2350. Now, about 1.5 years ago, I started a video series called STM32 World, which was a getting started tutorial on STM32. We also have a wiki called stm32world.com, where I document a lot of stuff about the STM32. But lately I have caught a bit of an interest in Raspberry Pi Pico, and I did a couple of videos on the STM32 World YouTube channel about the RP2350, and they are, I would say, immensely popular. So I thought that I actually wanted to create a new channel with this because the subscribers of STM32 World might not necessarily be interested in Raspberry Pi Pico. So this is the new channel, and I will do a getting started tutorial series on this channel. Before getting into the setup of the tool chain and all that jazz, let's talk a little bit about hardware. If we look at this page on the STM32 World Wiki, you will see up here I have a Pico 2 board with a USB-C connector. As far as I know, because it's got USB-C, it's not an original. In fact, I have it right here, the board that was shown on that page. Now this one contains an RP2350, and I think it's got 4 MB of flash or 8. I'm not too sure because I'm rarely using this. Now, a board like this, they got a boot select button on it, and when you boot it up, holding that one down, you can actually flash it via USB-C, a USB cable plugged into that. But forget about it. For development purposes, that's not the way to do. What you need is a debugger or flash tool, and those tools for the Raspberry Pi, you would typically use DAPLink. Now, if you go on any of you could go to Amazon or you can go to AliExpress and you search for DAPLink, you will find tons of these DAPLink devices, and they are, as you can see, fairly cheap. I suggest you get one of those. I won't recommend anyone in particular except this one, which is called a Jolt Connect, which I designed and I made and I sell. I will link it down below. You go to currentmakers.com and you can buy a Jolt Connect there. Now, this one works as it is USB-C, and up there, USB-C, and it will work as the single wire debug or serial wire debug to flash the RP Pico. It will also have a USB to UART serial communication, so you can do serial debugging as well. It is by far the best approach to development of the Raspberry Pi. However, I will also mention, and this is important, I will mention the Streamline series by Current Makers as well, which we are selling on the Current Makers website. Now, this is a modular development system where you have a passive backplane, which I have here, and then you can plug in various, we call them blades, into this. For example, here I have a DAPLink programmer, so I can plug in a DAPLink in this backplane, and then here I have a Raspberry Pi board, and you simply, it's a little hard when you're sitting there. Now I have a DAPLink and I have a Raspberry Pi RP2350. Now the beauty of this setup is that if you want to develop for STM32, you simply plug in an STM32 blade here instead of the Raspberry Pi Blade, and then all your peripheral blades will work just the same. So strongly recommended, also available on kernmakers.com. Let me just briefly show that. So you go to kernmakers.com. Here you go, and under products you'll have the Streamline series, which is the one I just showed, with the backplane and the various blades. We have several. We have an EEPROM SD card flash. We will get Ethernet, RS485, etc., etc. So go check that out. We also have, if you go back to products, down here we have the Jolt and we have the Jolt Connect, which is the programmer I just showed. The tutorial videos I made on STM32 World were all the examples were collected in a GitHub repository called STM32Fun. And for this series, I have created a new repository. Right now it's pretty empty. There's just a README file, which I call RP Pico World Fun. RP Fun, under the organization RP Pico World, like this channel. So head over RP Fun and clone that repository. I am going to do that right away. Git clone. I forgot to copy the link, so copy that link and clone that locally. So now I have check out a clone of the RP Fun repository, and all the videos in this series, this Getting Started series, will be posted, added to that repository. Next up, the development tools. I have fired up Visual Studio Code here. I believe it's the latest version available, and viewers of my STM32 World channel will know that I have a somewhat difficult relationship with Visual Studio Code, but I'm going to use it in this series nevertheless, because the RP Pico SDK is actually pretty good and well supported in the VSCode. So first of all, what I will recommend you do is you click on this cog, I believe it is, down here, and go into profiles, and don't worry about I will make this look better soon. But here I'll create a new profile, and we can call that profile rpfun. And we start with an empty profile there, and we make that the active profile. So now that is the active profile, and I can immediately then, because this looks rpfun, I will go into settings and themes, and I will select the light one because it looks better on video. So I now have the RP fun profile selected, and next up I will install pretty much all the tools necessary. So you click up here on the extension here, and I will search for Pico SDK, I believe. Pico Raspberry Pi Pico here is a extension, and I can simply install that extension. Once that extension has been installed, you will see that a few more icons have appeared over here on the menu on the left. And if we click on the Raspberry Pi Pico project down here, you will see that I can create a new project, various ways of creating a new project. So I will begin by creating a new project from example. By clicking that, here we go. So I can select an example and let's do the blink. It's a pretty good start. And board time Pico 2, I will not use RISC-V. At the moment, I will use the folder I just created, which was in source rpfun. And in rpfun, I even created an example and I will put it in there. So I'll select that as, and I will use the Debug Pro CMSys DAP, which is the default. There are other options. You can use a Raspberry Pi as Pico probe if you like, but this one is a lot cheaper and a lot easier. So let's try to create our first example here. And it will open a new window and I can close the old window. So now we have this blink code in here, and this is one of the things I dislike about VSCode, that it asks me all these questions down here, and I don't have time to tell it to just stop doing that. But anyway, now if we go down to the RP Pico project, you will see that I actually have options of compiling. I also have, I can go in and open the Blink C, and I will click down here and I can try to compile the project. Just see if that goes well. And it did. So I now have all the tools needed to develop applications for this setup. I just need to do a board configuration, but I'll do that in the next video. So please like and subscribe. I hope this channel will develop into something as popular as the STM32 world. I hope I get a lot of viewers from STM32 world, but we'll see about that. As usual, have a usual that is on STM32 world, not here yet, but it will be. As usual, have a wonderful rest of the day.